2, 3. Yeah, I don't have this either. I wonder why.
Do you want to start and I'll go get Tom?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Well, you've got something at least came up.
Here. Well, I hit that and it still doesn't work.
No.
All right. Here. Hey, how you doing? I'm going to go.
And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sunshine State Conference basketball here in Tampa at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. I'm Scott Lynn, joined by Jack Ike, and tonight it is the University of Tampa taking on the Moccasins of Florida Southern University. 14-4 on the year are the Moccasins, 7-3 in the Sunshine State Conference. In their last game, they trailed St. Leo by 24 points, rallied to win 86-83. These two teams met before in Lakeland, and it was back in November, and UT was defeated by Florida Southern 74-67. Florida Southern led 13-1 4 minutes into the game, then a 13-0 Tampa run tied up the game. Spartans led by 5 at half, but it was Florida Southern getting the win 74-67. Tampa is 9-10 this season, 3-8 in the Sunshine State Conference. They've lost their last 5, all in the Sunshine State Conference after starting the season 9-5. We're about to have our national anthem, and then we will get things going here in Tampa. University of Tampa and Florida Southern going at it here in SSC basketball on a Wednesday night. Florida Southern is currently 4th in the Sunshine State Conference with its 7-3 mark, behind the number 1 team in the conference, Nova Southeastern, 10-1 in SSC play. Lynn is 9-2. Eckerd 8-3. Florida Southern a half game back at 7-3. Tampa is tied for 8th with Rollins at 3-8 on the season. The only teams with a less superior record in conference play, Florida Tech and Embry-Riddle, both at 2-9. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike. Nice to have you with us. Richard Schmidt is out there at center court right now. And I'm not sure, are they
being honored for 700 wins?
For his 700
which
wins.
Happened a while ago.
It did indeed. The Spartans, he's going for his 705th career win here tonight. And now the national anthem. If you're just joining us, you missed the women's game. Florida Southern raised its record to 18-1, 11-0 in conference play by beating Tampa 59-44. Tampa falling to 8-4 in conference, 14-6 overall. Florida Southern is led by their point guard, Jonathan Lawton, a 6'2 senior from Williamstown, New Jersey, averaging almost 22 points a game, and in Sunshine State Conference play, averaging 23.8 points a game. He is a terrific talent, reminds a lot of people of Kevin Capers, who led Florida Southern to the national championship. What was it, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? Okay. but he was first-team All-SSC a year ago and is a tremendous three-point shooter. Also the starting lineup, number 11, Brett Hanson, a 6'2 junior from Manchester, New Hampshire. Ben Morello is a 6'6 senior out of Port Orange, Florida, averaging close to 10 points per game. Slinky Jones, number 25, who scored 12 points against Tampa in the game in November. He started every game this season, averaging 10.5 points, 6.9 boards. He is a senior, 6'7", out of Newburgh, New York. And Jack Roush is a 6'7 junior from Syracuse, averaging 9 points, 6.3 rebounds a game. Mike Donnelly is the head coach in its 4th season at Florida Southern. University of Tampa starting lineup, Freddie Ibrahim will start. He's a 6'3 senior guard out of Mississauga, Ontario. Devon Colley, number 15, 6'1 junior in his first year at Tampa, has been injured at times this season. He is starting his 10th game of the season. He'll appear in his 11th game of the year as well. He's a junior out of Las Vegas. Anthony Gamble, the leading scorer. He has started all 20 games now this season. Leading scorer at 17.6 points per game. He's had 11 20-point games this year, including one 32-point game when he tied his career high. He did that earlier this year. Had 32 points against Florida Tech back in 2016. Had 32 points again against Shaw earlier this season. Cedric Bellamy, number 23, getting his 15th start of the year. Leading rebounder on the team, 9.1 rebounds per game, also averaging just under 10 points. He's had 8 double-digit rebounding games this year, 5 double-doubles, the junior from Congo. And Marco Downer, the 6'9 freshman out of Jamaica, number 34, making his 10th start of the year, the leading shot blocker on the Spartans, has 28 blocks all told this season, 2.0 blocks overall. I kind of went through the standings and the records, Jack, and we're ready for basketball.
Well, you know, they say never give up in a game like this. Florida Southern's a perfect example. Trailed at St. Leo by 24 points with 5 minutes to go in the half. Scored 48 in the second half and won.
Wow. 86-83 in the final in that game. Florida Southern in the red uniforms going right to left on your screen or your device, if you will, depending on what you're watching here. Nice to have you along if you're watching in Lakeland. You Florida Southern fans, many fans are here today. The shot is up by Morello, and it is good for 3. 3-0 right away. Ibrahim gives it up to Devon Colley. Finds Gamble in the lane. He's fouled. Going to the rack. First whistle of the game.
Anthony's had a couple tough shooting games lately. Led the team in scoring in the last game, but was only about 3 for 12 from the field and had about 12 free throws.
Yeah, and against Eckerd, he played only 13 minutes, did not score.
He got hurt.
Yeah, but was 0 of 4 from the field, or 0 of 4 for threes. Tough night all the way around, and injuries are a factor for this Tampa team.
You look at the bench, there's more wearing gray warm-ups than are on the bench.
No Alberto Moreno tonight. He had been a starter every game, but now he's missing his 4th consecutive game with an injury. Vincent Biffold not playing tonight as well. This is a 2-point shot, a little bit short, and going to grab the rebound was Cedric Bellamy.
I mean, that's just a lot of experience you just mentioned there at the guard spot.
Yeah, and Pat Bacon.
Pat Bacon has been out since November, December, and out for the season.
Only played 3 games and broke his foot. He's had surgery, hoping to get that medical red shirt and come back again for next season, but he averaged 19 points a game last year and as a freshman. To the basket, Bellamy puts it up and in, and the Spartans with their first lead.
Bellamy has just become a more productive player as time goes on. Pretty good, becoming a decent shooter. He knows his limitation, and he'll go get that ball. Spartans in a rare zone. I don't know if I've seen one of these in a while. The
3-point shot, no good by Lawton. He is their leading 3-point shooter, shooting 45% from deep. Whistle. Will it count? It does. How about that? To complete the thought, Jonathan Lawton, 56 of 125 threes. Those lead the team. The 45% from deep leads the team. He gets the line more than anybody else. He's made 98 of 111, and he's good. 88% from the line and 92% in conference play.
All SSC a year ago.
in his second season at Florida Southern, a 6'2 senior out of New Jersey. 7-3 Tampa. Largest lead for either team very early on. Not even played 2 minutes yet. Ball tipped away. Nice play by Freddie Ibrahim, and he's fouled coming out of the backcourt.
I like this zone because they've got Anthony Gamble up at the top, 1-2-2 or 3-2, whatever way you want to call it. He's the man in the middle at the top, and he's got height, and he can make that pass difficult for Florida Southern.
Yeah, it was Gamble that time, and I think we might see Bellamy in there from time to time. Justin Pekka, the associate head coach, told me in the halftime interview of the women's game that they would be putting Cedric up there at times as well, and he would make it even harder to throw over the top of the zone.
Yes, a little bit taller, has some hops.
This is Gamble. He has tremendous range. Bounce pass, given.
Nice.
Marco Downer with the hammer.
Earlier in the season, that would not have been completed. Downer would not have been ready for it, and maybe wouldn't grasp it enough.
Around and out, no good. The shot by Roush. He's a good three-point shooter as well, but not nearly as effective, just 31%. It looked like an offensive foul.
Colley with the push.
Yep, Colley threw out the elbow. He's called for the charge. He's been injured. He missed a couple of games at the start of the season, an eligibility issue, and then was injured. So this is only his 12th game of the year. And the Spartans' 20th of the season.
Probably should not have taken the drive and then pushed.
Nice little fall away by the lefty, Brett Hanson. Leading rebounder on the team, over 7 boards a game, 2.3 steals. He was second team All-SSE last year when he averaged 18 points, 6.5 boards, and almost 4 assists.
He's down a point a game, 17 this year.
Had 5 double-doubles last year, 17 20-point games.
There's some weaponry on this team. Nice.
Behind the back. And another dunk by Marco Downer. Ibrahim with a little razzle-dazzle.
Behind the back throwing that one. But I'll tell you, that would not have been completed earlier in the year. Downer's getting more comfortable with his teammates and knows what to expect from them.
Well, the Spartans off to a great start here as they try to snap their 5-game losing streak. That shot up, no good, tipped up and in.
Nice tip.
I was blocked out. That was Slinky Jones. Yep, I thought so.
Got one of the great first names.
Slinky. To the basket goes Bellamy, fouled on the drive.
Smart play there by Bellamy. The seas kind of parted, so he just headed downtown. Got fouled on the way in. There's mixing metaphors. The seas parted, so he headed downtown.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works.
You know what I meant.
I did know what you meant. And that's the 4th team foul already. And that shot is good for 2. Bellamy drained it. Going the other way. Downer with a rejection off the glass. Now Lawton will reset. They reset the shot clock thinking that it hit the rim. It should not have been reset. You're right, Jack.
Boy, Downer just coming out on fire.
Well, we talked about it.
He's young and he's raw.
Young and raw, but boy, he's come to play tonight.
Yep.
And he's the tallest player on either team, so, 6'9", 235, pretty athletic, and he's been active so far. Hanson gets all the way to the rim, ball knocked away and stolen. Bellamy comes up with it eventually. Here's Colley now. 15:45 to play in this first half. Gamble to the rack. No good. Bellamy kept it alive. Gamble gets it, throws it up, and he's fouled.
Good hustle by the Spartans there.
Mike Donnelly is talking to the officials, not happy at all. He's saying there was contact there. And there's timeout on the floor as Mike Donnelly still wants to get a question answered. He doesn't get it answered, but he'll eventually give up and go talk to his team. Timeout here in Tampa. It's the Spartans.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Just minutes from UT, Sailport, a refreshing alternative.
Southern. The other was Claiborne, Mercedes Claiborne. A very nice game and a very good Florida Southern team, now 18-1 on the season.
You know, if you'd have told Tom Jesse that he would hold Florida Southern to 59 points, he'd take that, as they say, any day.
Yeah, but
and they lost by 15.
Yeah, and it wasn't that.
Because they averaged 79, almost 80.
Right. But it was a frustrating game for the women's team from the University of Tampa, but Florida Southern's really good, and they are deserving of that number 1 ranking in the Sunshine State Conference, and they're the 13th ranked team in the nation.
You know, there was another poll. It said D2 SIDA, Sports Information, I'm assuming, had them 6th, but they're touting the 13th.
Yeah. Well, that's because the coaches, I think, are the 13, and maybe they feel like they have more sway.
Yeah.
15-7, largest lead for the Spartans. Here's a 3 by Lawton. No good. Battle for the board, and it's going to be out of bounds. It'll be Florida Southern ball. 15-7. Every player for Tampa has scored already in this game. All 5 starters, I should say. Nobody else has come in the game yet.
I was going to say, not everyone scored. Scott, I need to correct you.
Lawton with a long rebound coming out to Tampa. Gamble thought about a 3, takes it to the rack, puts it up, no good. And a whistle and a foul. I think they might even give him shots here because he was grabbing it with 2 hands. Yeah. He was going to throw it down. They're going to talk about it. They're going to say out of bounds rather than.
A little surprised. Anthony Gamble doesn't usually pass up a pretty wide open 3. He did to drive. 2 times. Well, once in his career, he hit 10 3-pointers. That tied the school record. I was here.
Yes.
You were too.
Yes, he's something. He had a game this year. He hit 7 of his first 9. Ended up with 32 points in the game. That's going to be a foul on Bellamy. Yep. Set the pick with his backside and kind of leaned into him.
You know, Anthony Gamble had a monster game a couple weeks ago. He hit a bunch of 3s and was kind of taunting the other bench, and they eventually called him for a technical. So last game I said, when you make a 3, point at us because we won't give you a technical.
Yeah, we're not going to tee you up. And he did.
He did.
Over and over again. Yeah. It was fun. Lawton has missed 3 3-point tries. Wow. Nice block again by Downer. But rebounded and put in by E.J. Damberville.
Persistence there.
The freshman from Dorchester, Massachusetts, out of Woodstock Academy. Right place, right time. That time down. Colley keeps his dribble, now picks it up. Has to give it up to Gamble. A lot of time. It's 12 on the shot clock. Gamble. Ibrahim takes the pick from Downer. Ibrahim in trouble. Keeps it.
To shoot.
Finds Bellamy. One to shoot. Got it away. Oh, I thought it was away.
It didn't go in anyway.
It did not go in. So a shot clock violation. I actually thought he got it away.
It did. Yeah.
From our vantage point, it looked like it anyway. Roush thought about a 3. Takes it down. Pump fake. Baseline jumper is good by Morello. Ben Morello, 6'6" senior out of Port Orange, Florida.
He's hit 2 of those, pretty much the same spot.
And we see Brent Duncan take off his warm-up jersey. He'll come in next dead ball for the Tampa Spartans. 15-11, Tampa on top. Gamble. Off the pick by Bellamy. Gamble dribbles into the lane, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Gamble.
He fouled out of the last game that we did here a week ago. A couple charges for one.
And he could have just risen and shot a short 6-foot jump shot, but he was determined to try to get to the rim. And he charged the player. Good defense that time by the Moccasins.
But I tell you now, second time through the conference schedule, they are not giving him breathing space.
No.
When he's at the 3-point line.
Leading 3-point shooter on the team, and they know it. Brent Duncan is in. Number 22 in the white jersey. Roush, strong to the basket, puts it up and in.
He's a good, solid player and has been for a while.
Bothered by a shoulder injury much of last season, but he's a big body.
Yeah.
15-13 Spartans. Bellarmine to Duncan. That's going to be an offensive foul.
I would say so, yep. Lowered the shoulder. Not only that, Roush had been there a couple weeks before he got hit.
Good defense, good position defense there. Roush, by the way, with a nice defensive play there, but he had a triple-double against Eckert as a freshman.
Wow.
14 points, 13 boards, 11 assists. And he's now a junior. A chance to tie or take the lead for the Moccasins. They hit the first basket of the game, but then the Spartans went on a run. Ball knocked away out of bounds by Bellamy. 12 seconds to shoot for the Moccasins.
6-0 run right now for Florida Southern. Was 15-7.
Spartans have 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes, 45 seconds. And they're scoreless during that stretch. Lawton 3 to shoot. Are they going to get a shot away? Roush does at the shot clock buzzer.
Good awareness there.
Tied at 15. Spartans led by as many as 8.
Haven't scored since that moment.
Right you are, sir. Devon Colley, pick and roll, keeps it, shoots it. No good. Rim, rebound, hauled in by Morello. Moccasins push it in a hurry. Roush for 3. No good. And long rebound comes out into the hands of Ibrahim. He throws inside to Bellamy, who posted up in the lane. Very nice. Quick transition basket. 11.5 minutes left in this first half. Lawton has failed to score. He's the only starter who hasn't scored yet for the Moccasins. It won't end like that.
You would bring it up, wouldn't you?
I knew that was coming. 18-17 after the three-pointer is made by Lawton. He missed his first 3. His 57th made 3 of the season.
Those are so predictable, aren't they?
They are. The law of averages. He's not missing many.
You mention that somebody hasn't done something, they do it. You praise somebody for doing something, and they screw up.
Freddie Ibrahim, the senior, with a nice move showing the experience he's gained in 4 years here at UT. He puts the Spartans up 1.
Spartans have 4 players with 4 points, and Colley has 3.
Around and out, no good. Morello launched that one out of bounds to Tampa, and we're under 12 minutes, and there's a timeout on the floor. 10 minutes, 38 seconds left here in the first half. Good game here from the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. Tampa 19, Florida Southern 18. You're seeing it all on the SSC Digital Network.
And the University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to field with their ortho urgent care located just minutes away.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
They'd started 9-5, and they've lost 5 in a row, all in conference since that time. Florida Southern 14-4, 7-3 in the SSC.
Talking to Justin Pecka. You talked to him at halftime. I talked to him before the game started tonight, and he said, we've been in almost every game this year. We can't close them.
Well, that last home game we had against Lynn, with all those injuries, they were playing a walk-on and a couple other guys. They had players foul trouble. There's a steal. Lawton open for 3. Boy, you can't let him shoot that.
A couple players just ran past him to find their man.
Yeah.
And he just let him breeze past and then was wide open.
Full court pressure here, and the Spartans do break at that time. They seem surprised at the full court pressure coming out of the timeout.
Good move by Mike Donnelly to do that.
Bellamy, offensive foul. What is that, 4 or 5 offensive fouls here in the first half? It's at least 4.
Yeah.
I think it's 4. And we're not even halfway through the first half. Almost, but not quite. Nice to have you with us here. It's been cold and is cold all around the nation.
Wow.
Jack, you had an interesting tweet earlier today, which I retweeted and liked quite a bit.
Let me see if I can find it here. I was on my way to work, or I got to work, walking out of the parking ramp. And
three-point shot here by Slinky Jones is no good. Colley with the rebound. Gamble the other way. Shot rejected. That was Kai Cleary who went up to block the shot.
I said today I just saw a woman walking into work with a stocking cap pulled tight over her head, a scarf wrapped around her face and holding it over her mouth, and a hoodie. Might seem logical today, except I'm in Tampa, Florida, and it was 54, not 50 below.
Yeah, and it is really cool. I got a lot of family in the Chicago area, and when I talked to them earlier today, it was 22 below with a wind chill of minus 37. And that's not a unique experience for the people up north of Florida.
No.
Turnover, that time down by the Spartans. And again, you have Gamble at the top of the point. 1-2-2 zone. Rico Relaford is in the game, number 4. D'Amberville is in as well. There's a long three-point shot, that time by Relaford. And the rebound hauled in by Brent Duncan. Duncan, by the way, is playing, but he'd been injured as well.
Spartans have had just some of the craziest injuries. One player, I think it was Moreno, before he suffered a more significant injury. Ooh, almost got the bounce. Got hurt in the shower.
Unbelievable. Duncan had a rib injury and tried to play last game, and he drops it out of bounds, almost with a steal.
They said it was no broken ribs or anything, but just really bruised, contused, and it just hurt.
And
hurt to breathe.
And the thing was, he tried to draw a charge.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have ribs that are hurting.
Yes.
And here comes a guy who's really become a presence for the Spartans. Coming in for Devon Colley is number 0, Tyler Wilson, a 6'4" sophomore guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
You know, it's only about 10 days ago we kind of saw his coming out game when he hit 14
against Lynn. Yeah.
Against Lynn, and led a comeback that fell just short, but came off the bench and knocked down 14, most of them, I think, in the second half, if I remember correctly, and has since played a lot since, and played well, a couple other double-digit games.
It's a two-pointer, toe on the line, 23-19. No, you're absolutely right. The very next game, he scored 11 at Eckerd on the road. He's become a player in the rotation now after playing very little early in the season.
Justin Pekka again says he shoots lights out. There's another other end of the floor that's a little tougher for him.
Whistle on a foul. And it's the 7th team foul, so that's going to send Duncan to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. The foul, was that on D'Amberville? I believe, yes, his first.
Florida Southern on a 16-4 run right now to get the lead.
Duncan makes the first free throw. He will get another. Duncan, 78% shooter on the year. 18 out of 23 coming into the game. Made his first. Spartans have not made a field goal the last 5 minutes or so. Gamble's going to get a quick breather, as we see. Coming into the game, Zach Patterson. Here again, we're talking about players who have seen very little playing time. Zach Patterson, a 6'5" sophomore from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, has not scored a point all season. He has 1 rebound all season.
But he's been playing more.
Yep.
Looks a little more comfortable on the floor. He's at the top of the zone right now. Well, there's a big knee brace.
Finding himself free momentarily. Downer goes high for the rebound on the miss by Relaford.
You know, the high school credentials for Patterson were good. He played in the Kentucky-Indiana All-Star game, which is a huge honor.
Spartans zip it around the perimeter. Ibrahim in trouble. Gives to Patterson in the corner. He gives it right back. Ibrahim's begging for a foul to be whistled. He throws it up off the glass and
nice
in!
Touch.
Nice shot by Freddie Ibrahim. He's got to be careful. He's talking to the official, maybe a little too strongly. But we're tied at 23. Baseline drive and a whistle on.
Stepped on the
line. He did indeed. Relaford, the 5'9" sophomore from Johnson City, Tennessee. There's timeout on the floor with 7:20 left here in the first half. By the way, we want to let you know that immediately at the end of this first half, Ed Pasquay, the SSC commissioner, will sit down with me for just a very brief visit. We hope that you'll stay tuned for that. We'll find out what the commissioner is doing in the house here tonight at the Bob Martinez Athletic. All right, 7:20 left, tied at 23 here in Tampa.
Tight rims.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he didn't hit it, but at Jimmy John's, they're freaks about fresh bread, meats, and veggies, because that means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freaky, yeah.
By the way, also the national champion women's volleyball team will be honored at halftime. They'll be out. You'll see them out at center court, probably while we're talking to the commissioner.
True. We'll acknowledge them if... I'll do more commercials later.
We can do that later.
I got time.
Tied at 23. Just checking things out. The Spartans have 8 turnovers already. Just 2 turnovers for Florida Southern. But the Spartans have made 8 out of 13, 54%, while Florida Southern shooting just 42%, and they've made only 3 of 12 3-point shots. The Spartans have missed their only 3-point try. 1 3-point try in the game for Tampa.
Well, as soon as the Spartans get over the line, they are really making it hard. I mean, they guard the 3-point line well.
Well, we saw that in the women's game when the best 3-point shooters on Tampa could not get a look. They basically were never open.
They gave them the first quarter, and then after that, they just sort of realized what they were supposed to be doing and shut it down from there on in.
Slinky Jones high for the rebound there. Lawton gives it up. It looked like it was going to be a catch and shoot for Morello. Now Lawton's shot is blocked by Downer. I think that's his 3rd block, maybe 4. Devon Colley, free throw line jumper, banks it in! And Tampa takes a 2-point lead. The bank is open on Wednesday night in Tampa, apparently.
Yeah. He needs to settle down on his discussion with the referee, too, though.
Here's Lawton, alone for 3.
Wow.
Yep, he just spotted up.
It's kind of an Anthony Gamble type of 3 where he just kind of goes on the tippy toes.
Yeah.
Knocks it home. Not a lot of arc. Gamble has a little more arc.
Well, even after that made 3, because the ball got knocked away, they were able to set up full court pressure. Colley dribbles through it, and Ibrahim comes up with it. 6 minutes left in the half. 3-point shot by Colley is good. Devon Colley, 41% from beyond the arc on the season. He makes his 14th triple of the year. 2-point lead for Tampa. Zipping a pass inside. Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful ball movement right there. Results in an easy lay-in for Roush.
There you want to give the hockey assist out because it was a good pass. And then Hanson dished off and found Roush. Hanson will get the assist.
But a very nice play there to tie the game at 28.
Watch those elbows.
Baker goes up strong. Brent Duncan. I was thinking Brendan Baker, but it was Brent Duncan strong to the basket. A nice strong move. That was
double dribble.
Duncan's 2nd basket, his first field goal, I should say. He's got 4 points. And a turnover at the other end. And a timeout is going to be called by Mike Donnelly. So, a brief break in the action with 4:59 left in the half. Tampa 30, Florida Southern 28.
Firehouse Subs. For fresh made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, their subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy, pretty close to our half.
Yep.
6 into the third quarter.
Yeah, over 13
Without
minutes.
a basket.
Without a field goal. They got a couple of free throws in there, but
that'll kill you.
Oof, not good. Tyler Wilson's in. Colley shoots another 3. Back of the iron, long rebound, tipped up and around. Downer gets it for the Spartans. They'll reset. Oh, Gamble, wide open 3 on the wing.
Oh, he got hit.
He got hit in the hand and no whistle.
Yeah.
And a whistle in the backcourt. Ibrahim is called.
They call that.
Gamble holding his right hand. Boy, we hope that's okay because that's his shooting hand. He got slapped on the wrist. Officials didn't see it. And that happens. You know, it happens sometimes. The officials, by the way, John Atanasov, George Render, and George Courtney. Sorry for butchering the name. Sorry, John. Spartans by 2. Lawton, pass inside, turnaround jumper is no good, and a nice rebound by Colley. Gamble gave it to Wilson. Now Colley will set up. 20 to shoot. Colley drives and dish. Gamble drives to the basket, gives to Downer, and I think he traveled.
Yeah.
Or he got fouled. Fouled on the ground. Okay. He got fouled. Maybe before he traveled then. I thought I saw feet shuffling, but maybe because he got bumped. Coming back into the game is E.J. Denverville for Florida Southern. Sitting down is Slinky Jones. Free throws coming here. A 1-and-1 for Marco Downer. Just a 30% free throw shooter this year.
Normally that means he makes it. He didn't point it out in time. He was in motion already.
I tried my best. Tried to do that announcer jinx thing, but it didn't work. The reverse jinx in this case. Turnaround shot by Roush. Yep, ties it at 30.
Turned around, saw he had a little space between him and Downer, and so he just shot it.
Roush now with 8 points. Lawton leaves the way with 9 after making 3 3-pointers out of 7 tries.
Ever since you mentioned he hadn't shot much, and
yeah. Again, the announcer jinx. Colley in trouble. Zips it. Far side. Ibrahim behind the back dribbling. Gets to Downer. Low block. Moves to the left. And gets it off the rim. No good.
I don't like that move anyway, though.
Yeah.
He created a shot. Just didn't go in.
Obviously getting more comfortable in the game. The collegiate game here. Nice pass inside to Morello. Lost the handle. Got it to Lawton. Misses the 3. Gamble the rebound. A little over 3 minutes left in the half. Gamble to the rack. Takes it strong to the hoop and scores.
Very good drive.
Gamble not to be denied. And he now has 6 points. Colley leads the way for Tampa with 8. Inside it goes. Lawton rejected by Downer. And out of bounds it goes. Wow. Marco Downer. That's his 4th blocked shot. That is terrific stuff right there for the freshman out of Jamaica. He did set a school record in high school for blocks in a season. And we talked about this earlier on in the year. He had 1 game in high school at Calabar High School. He scored 30 points. He had 20.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Staff and student service specials at Mastros Subaru. Our reputation rides with you.
Well, we talk about the injuries for the Spartans. No Alberto Moreno. He is averaging 12.5 points, a team high 3.3 assists, and 1.9 steals. There's no Vincent Biffle tonight. He's averaging a career high 13.3 points, 6 rebounds a game. No Pat Bacon, who averaged 19 points twice in his career at UT. He was averaging 10 points. Part of that because he got injured in the 3rd game, and his scoring average comes down. But that's 3 big-time scorers and players that Tampa's playing.
40-some points, basically.
Yeah, and they're still leading Florida Southern here on their home floor tonight. Good effort so far. Lawton, shot rejected by Colley. Ends up in the hands of the Moccasins, however. D'Amberville, who came up with a loose ball, knocks down a long three. And here comes the full court pressure.
Is that an awkward or a weird looking shot when he released it?
It's different.
Yeah.
Different. And they're trapping full court in the half court. Wilson tried to do a skip pass and hit the basket.
Skipped everything.
Everything but the rim. Roush to the hoop, scores. Down and almost got another block shot. He's got 4, but not that time. 35-32. Tampa having a little bit of trouble getting the ball across center court. Oh, splitting the double team there was Colley. Nicely done. Gamble has the shot knocked out of his hands, and it's going to be, Spartans are lucky there to get the ball back. 1:59 left in the half. Spartans down 3.
You know what? Part of this is Florida Southern, but there's a really, really nice crowd here tonight. And it just makes it a little more of just a collegiate atmosphere.
Yeah. Now, you can't see it on your screen as far as, looking across the way we mentioned earlier. Those bleachers have actually had some issues, and they're not locked firmly into position. So that's got to be steps, does it not? A catch and a step. I thought he traveled, did he? No?
Oh, read my lips.
I see you signaling the travel call.
Yes.
I mean, he caught the ball at the top of the key.
Yes.
And took 2 long steps. Maybe
James Harden.
Well, in the NBA, it was fine. So 30. That's the largest lead, by the way, right now. Before that. Now, I think they're going to count it, but the official initially counts it. Now they'll see if they're going to allow it.
I thought that was before.
And they're waving off the basket.
I thought it was before.
And Richard Schmidt says, wait a minute, you called it good. And now the outside official who came over to check it is the one that's going to explain to Richard that the foul was on the drive.
But they're in the one-on-one.
Yeah.
So no basket, but he will be shooting. He being Anthony Gamble.
But you wave off the basket. So, and he's got to make the first to get the second.
Yes.
It's still a one-on-one situation. 1:26 left. Largest lead of the game for Florida Southern. Tampa's largest lead was 8. Gamble hits the free throw. 82% shooter this year.
By the way, the Spartan baseball team, it is chilly in Tampa, but the baseball team opens the season Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 schools not in the conference. I'm not sure if they're all regional teams or not, but they're playing over at Yankee State or Steinbrenner Field, the Yankees minor league complex over by Raymond James Stadium. And for those who have followed Spartan baseball, they will not play the Phillies this year.
They've played them in most recent seasons, like 4 years, I believe, in a row.
Yep. Beat them the first year.
Yep, and never to happen again because the Phillies now take it a little bit more seriously after being ridiculed, humiliated on ESPN and MLB Network.
And ABC had it on, their nightly news.
And the Phillies are better now than they were then.
That was a 100-loss team.
Yeah. Colley for 3, rattles around, and in! We're tied at 37.
That was in and out and in and out and in and out and in.
Yep. And you're right about the crowd, Jack. I really don't even hardly see an empty seat behind us here.
Nope.
To the basket, throwing it up, no good. A rebound jam by Brett Hanson.
He's not that tall.
He's 6'2".
Yeah.
He went up high for that one.
Wow. Use it or lose it, timeout.
Yep, and so the Spartans will take it. Shot clock is off with 23 seconds left. The Spartans should have the last shot of the half. We shall see. 39-37, Florida Southern leading Tampa with 23 seconds left on the SSC Digital Network.
Connected via Skybridge to the early Sunday.
Indeed. Probably a good idea. Again, a quick reminder, Ed Pasquay, the Sunshine State Conference Commissioner, will join me when the first half comes to an end here in 23 seconds. We'll talk about a number of things. And again, the University of Tampa's National Championship Volleyball team will be honored out at center court. So don't go away. Stay with us.
I don't know if you'll be able to
Spartans to inbound. They should have the final shot if they do things right. Lawton defending Colley. Good matchup there. Two really good guards.
Tightly contested.
Yeah, 15 seconds left in the half. Colley zips inside.
Nice pass.
Beautiful feed inside. There's still 6 seconds to shoot. Lawton across half court. Rises for three. Banks it around and out. He might have been fouled, too. That's what he's saying to the official, and I agree with him. I think he got bumped in three-point land. He should be shooting three.
Well, that's happened at the other end a couple times, too, so.
Well, we've come to the end of the first half. 39-39. Lawton leads the way with 11 points for Florida Southern. Roush with 10 for Tampa. It is
Seen the stats?
Well, I saw Marco Downler had 4 all by himself, and the freshman is really coming out and making it. He had a career high 5 blocks against Nova Southeastern, so this is not unusual. This guy averaging 2 block shots a game. You're a former player. Way back in the day, like me, a former player way back in the day. But you were a terrific 3-point shooter at Eckerd, and still at one time you were like ranked 2nd or 3rd in percentage. Were you the best 3-point shooter when you graduated? I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember.
But I remember saying that you were in the top 3 at the time. But do you still ever dream about your playing days? I mean, this is
I don't dream, but I tell you what, I play a little bit of pickup basketball at a church by my house in the mornings. I love it. I love the game. I'm getting up there in age, but I have a good group of guys. We play, and a beautiful thing is my son, who's 15. He's now good enough. He's playing high school ball, and he's good enough to play in that game, and that's been a great pleasure. So I don't dream about it, but I still get out there and play once in a while, and I really do love the game of basketball.
Oh, that's nice. I want to just ask you again more about the Sunshine State Conference. I mean, this one thing that I really like, and I think the fans do as well, is the digital network. How you can watch games all over the whole conference every game night.
Yeah, I watch games on my Apple TV, so I'm at home with a big screen watching it, and I watch all the games, right? But most people don't want to do that. But they can watch their team on the road. That's the beauty of it. So whether you're watching Tampa Spartans here at the University of Tampa or anywhere else in the league, you can see all that content on the same spot, same channel, same network. Really nice production. Our schools are doing a really good job. I'm proud of what we put together.
Yeah, I'm really honored to be a part of it. As you know, I've been involved with as high as level as the NBA.
You did such a great job, Scott.
Well, thanks. But it's really been fun to be part of this. And I had tweeted out, and I know you retweet both Jack and I from time to time. But I talked about how I actually chose to be involved with the SSC this year and University of Tampa rather than even maybe go back and do more NBA games. There was an opportunity perhaps to do that.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I really love the student athletes. It's a different deal than D1 basketball.
Right.
They're all about NBA, going to make it to the NBA.
Yep.
This is more about pure competition and then just great students.
It is. It's the best level of athletics. I really believe that. It's about the experience that the student athletes are having and what they're learning about themselves and about each other by being competitors. So they're learning in the classroom, but they're learning on the field of play. And I love everything I love about college sports is present right here. You don't have to be in the NBA. You don't have to be at D1. This is unbelievable for the people that are a part of it. I love it.
I do as well. And I said I was only going to keep you 3 minutes, and I've kept you longer than that. But I just wonder, last thing, I know I've seen you at Eckerd games. I've seen you here. Do you try to get out to all the venues?
Yeah, I go to during basketball season. I'll be at every campus at least once. I just love being on campus. I love talking to people that to see what's going on. And I'll be at Eckerd for the game that is going to be later. The game that they're having. It's part of the Division II NCAA Division II TV package on ESPN3. Right. So I'll be there for that game. That's a nice opportunity for the league to get some exposure. But it doesn't get any better than the University of Tampa on a night like this. I'm looking at 50 people taking half-court shots there in halftime. They do a great job here, marketing, promotions.
Good stuff. Jack said he saw you shooting at halftime of the women's game.
I shot an air ball.
I'm sorry.
I did.
I'm sorry.
I didn't. I shot an air ball on a half-court shot.
Did you hurt yourself?
No, but my long sleeve shirt got in the way a little bit. I underestimated.
There's always a reason. All right. Ed, thank you so much.
Hey, Scott, thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you. Ed Pasquale, the Sunshine State Conference Commissioner, a great guy, as you can tell, and I always enjoyed talking with him. Again, it's halftime. We're about 9 minutes away from the start of the second half, and we'll come back in about 7 or 8 minutes and get you started updated on all the stats, and then we'll have the second half of action. 39-39, your halftime score, and well away for us to take a break as we hit the half-court shot. Celebration time here at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. 39 all. Stick around. More Tampa, Florida Southern basketball still to come on the SSC Digital Network.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Victoria and I'm a junior studying communications. Today we're going to be visiting some of my favorite off-campus spots that make the Tampa Bay area special. A short walk across the bridge from campus, you'll find Curtis Hickson Park. Located in downtown Tampa, it serves as a popular spot for concerts and festivals. Next door is the Tampa Museum of Art and Glazer Children's Museum. In addition, check out Tampa's Riverwalk, a downtown biking and walking trail that links 5 museums and 7 parks. Just a couple of blocks away is the historic Tampa Theater, a restored movie theater from the 1920s. Tampa's downtown business district, with 18 skyscrapers, is a great place for internships. From here, catch a trolley over to Ybor City, Tampa's historic cigar-making district. Along with lots of restaurants and music venues, Ybor offers a movie theater, museums, shops, and an active nightlife scene. In the mood for some shopping? Take a stroll through Hyde Park Village, an outdoor shopping district with high-end shops and restaurants. For a more traditional experience, International Plaza and West Shore Plaza are both within 4 miles of campus. All shopped out? Nearby you'll find beautiful Bayshore Boulevard, home to the world's longest continuous sidewalk. This 4.5-mile path is ideal for walking, running, or biking, and keep an eye out for dolphins and stingrays in the bay. Any hockey fans out there? The Amalie Arena is home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. In addition, the arena hosts over 150 concerts and events each year. If football's more your speed, come see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Raymond James Stadium. Just across the street is the spring training facility for the New York Yankees. Catch a game when they're in town. You can get close up to nature at Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo. Enjoy the tropical setting while viewing more than 1,200 animals ranging from tigers to chimpanzees and to manatees. Be sure to also check out the Florida Aquarium, an award-winning facility with 20,000 fish and aquatic animals from ecosystems around the world. If you're a thrill seeker, then Busch Gardens has you covered. This popular amusement park features 5 top-rated roller coasters and animal exhibits. We've saved the best for last. The Tampa Bay area has some of the most beautiful white sand beaches in the world. Clearwater Beach provides the perfect spot to swim, relax, and hang out with friends. Here we are, back at the absolute best spot in town, UT's campus. I hope you enjoyed getting a taste of what makes this area so exciting, and that you'll soon join us here in the beautiful Tampa Bay area.
Made a mistake.
What? But the good thing is you got it out of the way in January of this year.
Yes, I did. Got it out.
You're clear for 11 months.
But we actually had a viewer call in who was watching and listening.
Special viewer.
A special viewer, and so you got the word, so I'm going to let you do the correction and go ahead and make me look bad.
Brendan Baker's dad said Brendan Baker's mom, who was watching the game, called and said it was Brendan Baker who has the bruised ribs.
Yes.
And that's why he's not playing tonight.
And I said Brent Duncan had the bruised ribs, and I stand corrected, and I apologize, and I'm sorry, Mrs. Baker. Literally, there are so many injuries on this team that I should just make a side list rather than trying to look at each guy with what he's got wrong.
But I like the fact that they want to make us accurate.
Yes, so I apologize. And to the Duncan family, Brent's okay.
Yeah.
he does not have bruised ribs. He's fine. Okay.
I just talked to Devon Colley's dad, who flew in from Vegas for the game tonight.
This is a huge crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the biggest crowd we've had all year, obviously. And again, much credit to Florida Southern. They travel great. They have the cheerleaders here, the rally squad. I mean, and they're a big part of the crowd.
Yeah.
But the students from Tampa have shown up. And I'm sure they came out to support their friends on the women's volleyball team as well as on the basketball teams.
Yes.
The men and the women. But it's nice. What a nice atmosphere. Now you're not seeing as much of that.
Trust us.
But trust us, just as many stands as you see across the way from your viewpoint
are full.
They're full behind us.
Yep.
So in the foreground, you might see some of those, and you might not. I'm not sure exactly what you're seeing.
And I'm going to throw in a little pitch here that on February 9th, about 10 days from now, there's another game we want people to show up to when the Spartans will play at home, and it's a Children's Cancer Center is sponsoring the day, and they're going to try to get some pledges to raise money to fight pediatric cancer. And my daughter's going to give a halftime speech. She is a cancer survivor, had a brain tumor 5 years ago.
And that's terrific. I can't wait for that. So, again, that's the 9th, coming up on February 9th.
Yes, halftime of the men's game.
Very good. Looking forward to that. Again, the Spartans shoot 61% from the floor in the first half tonight. Joe Urso, the head baseball coach, stopping by and shaking hands with Jack and I as he
starts the season Friday.
Yep.
And Saturday, and then Sunday they're playing the number 1 ranked team in the nation. Spartans are ranked number 2.
Yeah, that'll be big.
Early season.
That might be some crowd there as well.
That's going to be at Steinbrenner Field, the Yankees spring training complex.
Florida Southern shot 45% in the first half. We're starting the second half. Tampa with the ball first. Bellamy with a miss, put her too hard off the iron. And the rebound by Brett
61%.
Yeah, 61%. That's good shooting. But they're only tied.
Yeah.
So now they got to keep that going. No good. Bellamy grabs the rebound, and he's fouled by Roush. In the battle for the boards.
That's his third.
It is his third.
That's a big foul.
Jones also has 3. Jones had 3 first-half fouls.
2 of their bigs.
Bellamy has 2 fouls. He's the only Spartan with more than 1. D'Amberville has 2. Here's that full-court press again, and the Spartans beat it with ease that time. Gamble.
It's a zone. Anthony might be the zone buster here.
Colley comes off the screen, throws it up hard off the iron.
I think he got caught in no man's land there.
Yeah, couldn't decide what to do with it and threw it up and prayed a little bit. Threw it up a little hard. Roush blocked by Downer.
Yeah.
Another block shot, his 5th, if he gets credit for it, and he should.
I would give it to him. Yep.
Colley has done a nice job tonight in handling the offense for the Spartans.
Now they're back in man.
Gamble, I think, got tied up. Got it up off the glass. Now it's rejected from behind by Slinky Jones. The lob to Jones, and he's fouled while trying to dunk it. Gamble got him. His second foul. 2 free throws coming up here for Slinky Jones. You know, Jones blocked that shot at the other end from behind.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you can draw a whistle on that.
They'll call it a lot just because it looks like it should be a foul.
And I'm not saying he fouled.
No, I don't think he did. He didn't.
But you do get that whistle from time to time, and it would have been his 4th. So that was a little bit of a risky block at that other end.
The other foul, or the other play they will call all the time is when a player beats you and you try to reach around him and tip the ball away.
Right.
Because it just doesn't look right.
Jones makes both free throws. He's a 56% shooter on the year, but he made them both 2 for 2 on the night. Nice pass to Bellamy. Now Colley comes and gets it. They'll run the offense. And it goes to Ibrahim. He throws it up right at the bottom of the basket. Downer is going to be grabbing the offensive rebound, and they call a foul. And now Mike Donnelly says, really? How could that be a foul? And it's on Roush? Whoa, my. So they're going to say that Downer grabbed the offensive rebound and Roush bumped him, sending him to the ground.
Roush walked by the referee and said, that was my 4th foul. Whew. As if the ref should be aware of this.
Wow. I think it is his 4th. Far-away shot by Ibrahim for 2.
Not to say it was a foul, but they called it on him.
And he was really hot. He was lucky not to get teed.
Right.
And Downer had another block, but he's called for a foul.
Yeah.
Or there was a foul whistled anyway. Free throws coming up here for E.J. D'Amberville.
Gamble gets called for it. That's his 2nd then?
3rd, I think.
3rd?
Let me check.
Yes.
Well, 2nd, I guess. No, it is his 3rd. I was right the first time. They just added it to the stats monitor. So 3 fouls on Gamble, but obviously with the lack of healthy bodies over there, and as we mentioned earlier, 40 points or more sitting out injured tonight.
Richard Schmidt trying to think, who do I put in? Oh, it's going to be the aforementioned contused ribs, Brendan Baker.
I hope he's okay. His mom's watching. I know that. That's going to be an offensive foul on Gamble in his 4th. That's what you could not have happened. And Richard Schmidt is upset, but he threw out the arm.
He did. Extended it.
We might have had a better view than Richard Schmidt.
It might have been a stiff breeze that helped them blow him to the ground, but
that's the right call.
you put yourself in that position.
Yeah, and he was trying to figure out who to bring in for Gamble, and he couldn't get him out fast enough. And Gamble has to know better.
Yeah.
That was the right call. 43-41, Florida Southern, and now Gamble, the leading scorer on the team, is on the bench with 4 fouls. Slinky Jones, left elbow, gives it up. They zip it inside to Lawton. Lawton, lots of time to shoot. Still 10 seconds. Oh, they found it. Beautiful passing. The feed inside to Morello. 45-41. Let's see if the Spartans can weather the storm here. Bellamy to the basket. Lost the handle, put it up and in. He might have not gotten that shot away had he not lost the handle on the
blew off the timing.
Yeah. Lawton into the hoop. And now a three-point shot from the lefty. Hanson nails it again. He's only a 22% shooter from downtown, but he knocked that one down.
Spartans got to be smart here and not let it get away. It's not a terrible point in time.
Down the
That was smart.
Woo! Oh, my!
Devon Colley's dad, by the way, said he was talking to Downer before the game and said, don't settle for the little bunny shots. Go up and dunk the ball.
Lawton got it up over Downer. Bellamy was there for the rebound. Marco Downer is a presence here tonight.
He said, they'll get out of your way if you slam a few.
And Ibrahim got away with travel, but it's knocked out of bounds off of Amberville.
Yeah.
So it'll be Spartans ball with a fresh 30. One possession game with 16:24 left.
Not sure if it was a travel, but it looked weird.
Yeah, it was a European step at the very least. How's that? They get the ball in to Brendan Baker. He doesn't look like he's hurting.
Not yet. Wait till he takes a charge.
He does not want to do that. We might see him back away, and I wouldn't blame him if he did. Baker gives to Bellamy. Here's Ibrahim, defended by Hanson. Ibrahim, no-look pass out to Colley on the right wing. 9 to shoot, long 3. Colley, back of the iron, up and on, over the top. It'll be Mock's ball. Nice to have you with us in Lakeland tonight. As we know, I was talking to Jim Henderson, who does the home games on their TV network, on their stream. A good longtime friend from my first stint here in the Tampa Bay area back in the late 70s. Great to talk with Jim.
Still people around from that era?
Yeah. Well, he is here and I'm here. At least 2 of us are here.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
And the official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's first-class coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to www.marts, that's with a Z, first.com.
Florida Southern's largest lead was 5 points. Tampa's largest lead was 8. It's a 3-point game right now with 15:58 left in regulation.
Tampa's largest lead was 15-7 within the first 10 minutes of the game. The largest lead for Florida Southern was moments ago when it was 48-43.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see if the Spartans can hang around right now with Gamble sitting. Their leading scorer. Hanson launches, long rebound into the hands of Morello. They'll reset, re-go again. Lawton into the corner to Hanson. Hanson, the lefty, gives back to Lawton. Drives in the lane, throws it up high. Short, got his own rebound up and in. Again, a 5-point lead, and here comes that full court trapping pressure in the backcourt. Spartans have done a pretty good job to this point, beating it. And then they drop back into the man-to-man.
You know, one of the reasons Brendan Baker is in the lineup as opposed to, say, Tyler Wilson when you sub for Gamble is because Baker's been shooting the ball pretty well lately for the Spartans and can play a little better defense. Wilson can shoot well. He's a little shorter, but his defense is still a little suspect.
The Spartans might have got a break there. I thought Bellamy lost the ball out of bounds. He said he was pushed, but they just gave the ball to Tampa, saying it was off a Florida Southern player. So no harm, no foul, I guess. Bellamy to the basket, and that is going to be a goaltend. Basket is good by Bellamy. He's got 8 points now to go with his 8 rebounds. Bellamy working on his 6th double-double of the season. 2 points, 2 boards away.
Turnovers hurting the Spartans again. It's 11-3 at this point.
Yeah, Florida Southern not making mistakes.
They have 19 points off Tampa's turnovers at this point.
Morello with a miss. Ibrahim got the rebound, but it ends up in the hands and knocked out of bounds by Bellamy.
Forcefully knocked out of bounds.
Yes. Again, the Spartans had a chance to have that ball and a chance to go back and hit a 3 to tie it, but it's going to be the Moccasins with the ball and a chance to extend their lead. High skip pass. Hanson had to go up in the air to get it. Step through move. Boy, that's a terrific shot by Damberville over Downer, who had visions of another block dancing in his head. Downer with a great save, but it ends up in the hands of Morello, and here come the Moccasins. Lawton spins to the hoop. Here's Hanson. Free throw line, gives it out to Lawton. Lawton, step back, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound, though, up and in. And there's the largest lead of the game, 7 for the Moccasins.
Again, we're at a critical point. Spartans, the last time I mentioned this, came up with a Marco Downer slam dunk, and they threw it away.
And Colley thought that the man he was passing to was going to come and meet the pass, but he just stayed back, and it allowed an easy interception. Right now, Colley and Downer and Ibrahim are talking among themselves. You start to get a feeling of things not going their way, and you hope it doesn't all fall apart.
Okay, now it's Tyler Wilson coming in.
And there's timeout on the floor. With 13:47 left, and the Moccasins holding their largest advantage of the night, 7 points. It's 54-47. You're watching it all on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
And the Crown Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. Crown Plaza, the place to meet. And did you know that our team has its own official orthopedic physicians? How about a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser?
Having a pretty heated conversation. Ibrahim now has walked away, but it was about that last turnover. Colley threw sort of a soft pass, I thought. Certainly interceptable, if that's a word. And but to his point, nobody came to meet that pass, and that's the point he's trying to make. But they just didn't attack the press very well that time, I didn't think.
Well, you look at some stats right now that may show why it's a 7-point lead. Spartans have 14 turnovers to just 3 points off turnovers, 23-2 in favor of Florida Southern. And you also look at offensive rebounds, 12-7 in favor of Florida Southern. Second chance points, 17-4 Florida Southern.
Lawton for 3, oh yeah.
And that.
There's that too. That's his 4th triple of the night. He's got 16 points now. Game's top scorer and a 10-point lead, the largest. Colley took it all the way in, gave it up. Whistle and a foul, a late whistle. Bellamy was going to stick it back in, and the whistle came, denying him that chance. Meantime, Florida Southern's kind of begging for a travel on that at the end of it. So nobody's happy here except Florida Southern. The Mocs lead by 10. First double-digit lead for either team tonight. And Bellamy to the line. Makes the free throw. Just a 47% shooter this season. And he makes his first free throw of the game. Second free throw, no good. They're going to say a foul on Lawton, I believe. No, not on Lawton. But it is a foul going for the rebound on one of the moccasins.
Jones, is that his fourth? Yes.
Wow. Jones picking up his fourth foul, going for the offensive rebound. So they now have Roush and Jones, two of their big guys, sitting on the bench with 4 fouls, but Gamble's on the bench for Tampa. Whistle, foul. And more free throws for the Spartans. This will be Tyler Wilson to the stripe.
Not a lot of free throws for Tyler yet this year. 64% from the line.
That foul was on Cleary, his first. Kai Cleary, the 6'5 freshman from Manchester, England, on the floor right now. He's number 24. Thin guy, 6'5", 180.
Tyler Wilson, one of the walk-ons on this program. Puts them both.
57-50. As he made both free throws. That'll get him up to close to 70% on the year, probably.
Yes.
With as few numbers as he has. Hanson, fall away. Tough shot, and he hit it. 59-50. Wow, Brett Hanson just knocked that one down. He averages 17 points a game.
Halfway there now.
Yep, Hanson has 9. Just under 13 minutes left. Ibrahim. Bounce pass to Bellamy. Bellamy into the lane he goes. Shot up, it's short, no good, and the rebound by Lawton.
So that's next year. Cedric Bellamy needs to work on his jumper because he should take that. They gave him about a 10-footer.
And a three-point shot is good by Damberville. He salutes the crowd on the make. Damberville has 2 for 2 from deep tonight. He came into the game 5 of 21, 24%. So no wonder he's pumped up. And he gives the Moccasins their largest lead of the night.
Located at 3805 West Cypress in Tampa, is the official host hotel of the Spartans. When you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate for huge savings. Courtyard by Marriott.
Having a little competition going on here. Obviously, the three-point shot a little bit out of her range, but she's going to throw it up a little more. Back of the iron, no.
She gave it a good effort there. She's going to still shoot. Thinks she's on the clock.
I think so.
Oh!
Count it, baby. That works.
Members of the Volleyball National Championship team.
That's fun stuff. Fun night here at the Martinez Athletic Center. Big crowd. Again, a lot of people came over from Lakeland, but a lot of the students and the Spartan fans are here as well. Great atmosphere tonight, and we're glad that you're part of it. Watching here on the SSC Digital Network. I'm Scott Lynn. Jack Ike is alongside. Jack called the women's game, and it was
poorly, I think.
Well, from a Tampa perspective, yes, you did.
I didn't score enough.
You did not score enough for the home team. Spartans need a hoop here to try to get it back into maybe a three-pointer.
For that matter, Anthony Gamble back in.
Gamble back in. It's now or never. He's playing with 4 fouls. In it goes to Downer. Quick double team in the low blocks. Bellamine for 3. He can hit that, but he doesn't get that one. Inside quickly. Nice feed and a foul. Downer will go to the line, but a nice quick look by Ibrahim. Saw Downer in there, and as soon as he got the ball, he zipped the pass in there. Downer to the line. 0 for 2 tonight. 6 for 22 on the season. This will be another thing he'll need to work on.
That's a bad three-point percentage.
It's not good.
Hit that one.
But that looked good.
Yep.
That looked good.
Well, same with Bellamy. The shots look good, but their percentage is horrible.
Downer has 5 block shots tonight, which ties his career high. He had 5 at Nova Southeastern earlier this season. He's just a freshman. 62-52.
He now has 8 points.
That ties his career high at Eckerd just a couple of games ago. Inside it goes. A pretty feed into D'Amberville. D'Amberville's hurting the Spartans now. D'Amberville with 14 points.
They cannot give up shots like that after picking up a couple free throws and they turn it over.
By the way, D'Amberville has had only one other double finger game all season. Just one other time. That's when he scored his career high 17 at Barry. He made 3 out of 4 threes that night. The rest of the season, he'd only made 2 coming into the night. And then tonight, he's made both of his 3-point shots. So he's made 7 of his 3-point shots. 7 of his, check that, made 5 of his 7 in just 2 games.
Jeez.
Shot no good. Bellamy the board.
Rebound
64-52.
9 points and 9 rebounds to this point.
Downer strong to the basket. It's a held ball when that happens. The ball getting jammed up in there.
The Spartan ball then.
Richard Schmidt laughs. He says, how can that not be a foul? But I don't think it was.
No.
I think.
He was behind him, but
he was behind him. And if it was blocked, it might have just been blocked and jammed into the rim. It is Spartans' ball, though, so they keep possession. Gamble needs to get hot and not get any more fouls. Lost the ball out of bounds. And right through the wickets of Bellamy.
I don't think it was a pass. I think he lost it.
Yeah, lost the handle.
Now, I have to say that wasn't a bad it was a bad execution at the end, but for Bellamy to fake the handoff to Gamble and then take it to the lane shows a sign that he's being more aggressive.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Execution on the second half of the play, not so good.
Florida Southern's made 5 field goals out of their last 6. The Spartans haven't had a field goal for over 4 minutes. There's the difference in this 12-point game. 3-point shot by D'Amberville. He missed one. On the ground, another held ball. This will stay Moccasins' ball.
I tell you, the 50-50s aren't going the Spartans' way. Even when they're up there fighting for it, it just gets knocked out of their hand.
Again, thinking foul trouble. Jones and Roush with 4 each. The only players in foul trouble for Florida Southern. Tampa has Gamble with 4.
They're debating whose ball it is right now.
No, it
is. It's
the arrow was definitely pointing this way.
Gamble was ready to inbound it, and the ref says, no, it's the other team in red.
And the arrow was definitely pointing Florida Southern's direction.
And that does not change the arrow till ball is in play.
Exactly, which is the proper way to do it. Does a terrific job. Did it that time. Perfect. Here's Lawton for 3. Oh, boy. Around and out. Oh! Out of nowhere!
That should be a T.
Kai Cleary.
There's a T on the...
T for hanging on the rim.
Yes.
But still.
Good style point.
Still. Kai Cleary, the freshman, 6'5", out of England. That's the way we do it in Manchester, he says. Woo! Boy. Gamble goes to the line and rolls the free throw in. You know what? I'll take that T every time.
Yeah. It was 39-39 at half. Spartans have been outscored 27. Well,
14.
Which scoreboard do we believe here?
Yeah.
Okay, the 53's got to be right. 27-14.
Inbound in the backcourt, and they're not full court trapping this time.
Backcourt pressure.
Yep, full court man-to-man pressure this time. Ibrahim does a nice job bringing it up against Tyler Smith, 6'1" sophomore from Richmond, Indiana. Gamble lost the handle, got it to Colley. 10 to shoot. Colley to the rack, jumps, scores and fouled. A chance for a 3-point play, and ooh, did the Spartans need that with 9:59 remaining.
Well, it's to the point now where you want to make the run because you can't wait too much longer because then you expend all your energy just getting back in the game and can't close it.
We talked about all the injuries. Colley was actually injured Missed some games at the start of the season because of an eligibility issue, but has come back and was playing, and then he was injured. And he's only had a couple of games back now.
Awkward looking play there. And by eligibility issue, you don't mean grades. You mean
Right.
that had to be cleared by the NCAA after transferring.
Right. Stolen briefly. Bellamy knocked it away, and coming up with it is Brent Duncan. Here comes Colley. Step through move. Throws it up. The shot is blocked by Cleary. Spartans got it back. Whistle on a foul. And it's going to be free throws for Ibrahim. This is the 18th foul.
Yeah, probably just the one-on-one. I don't think they're calling that active shooting.
No, 8th team foul, though. The Spartans with only 4. So right now, the Spartans, if they could just start getting to the line a little bit, they could get into the double bonus. And that would be a nice way to cut into this 10-point deficit, getting points while the clock is not running. Ibrahim, 1-and-1, missed the front end. Ouch. Hanson goes the other direction, step through, tried to hand it off, no good. Nice defense there. Brent Duncan came away with it. But 3 Spartans collapsed on that pass.
You know, there have been a lot of plays just like that on both sides where they just head down the lane and really don't have a plan.
Gamble trying to drive the lane, lost it out of bounds. Another turnover for the Spartans.
17 now.
And that's the 4th turnover for Gamble. Ibrahim has 4.
Spartans had 26 turnovers a few games ago.
They each have 4 individually, Ibrahim and Gamble, and Florida Southern has 5 as a squad.
Yeah.
9:09 left, 10-point lead for the Moccasins. They're 7-3 in the Sunshine State Conference and trying to move up a notch. They started the night in 4th place, all by themselves at 7-3. Nova, Southeastern 10-1, Lynn 9-2, Eckerd 8-3. Tampa at 3-8 in the conference, trying to avoid falling even further. 3-point shot is no good. A rebound knocked out of the hands of Duncan, and Ibrahim picks it up and is able to get it to Gamble. Tyler Smith defending Colley. Gamble has it to Ibrahim. They get it down low. Low blocks to Bellamy. Spins, puts it up with the left hand and scores.
Very efficient there.
Bellamy with 11 points and 9 rebounds. Just a rebound away from his 6th double-double of the season.
Got it into single digits.
With a lot of time. Still 8:15 to play.
They need a couple more good stops.
Lawton. Into the corner it goes. Cleary to the basket. Puts it up. Scores and is fouled. Kai Cleary had a career-high 24 points against Bloomfield earlier this season. He's averaging just under 7 points a game. Cleary tonight with 4 points so far. Brent Duncan will get a breather.
Roush back in the lineup with his 4 fouls for the Moccasins.
Denverville gets congratulations all the way up and down the bench as he heads over to the bench for a breather. He has played well. No good. Missed the 3-point opportunity. Colley brings it across the timeline. They are looking to double team. You could see Lawton that time thinking, if he turns his back on me, I'm going to go get that ball. Colley's done a nice job with the ball tonight.
5 on the shot clock.
Gamble knows it, gives to Colley, launches a 3, got iron. Rebound by Roush. Feeds ahead to Lawton in transition. Bounce pass stolen momentarily. Lawton got it back. Throws it up off the bottom of the backboard and out of bounds it goes to Tampa. Timeout on the floor with 7:26 remaining. It's Florida Southern 68, Tampa 58. As Jack has mentioned earlier, we've got another game for the University of Tampa on Saturday. Embry-Riddle comes to town. 2 o'clock game for the women, 4 o'clock game for the men.
And one thing Justin Pekka told us is Spartans are in 8th, and that 8 teams make the conference tournament.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top scorer on the women's team, scoreless. Anthony Gamble, top scorer on the men's team, is just 1 of 6 from the floor. He does have 7 free throws for 9 points, but just a tough day for the top scorers on both teams.
Yeah, Tiger went 0 for 8, I think, from the floor, and again, Gamble 1 of 6. So your leading scorers on the men and women's team, 1 of 14 collectively.
Yeah.
But Colley has stepped up with a 14-point night so far, and 11 points for Bellamy.
Ibrahim with 10, 5 of 9. Hasn't been able to get his shot all that much in the second half.
And a whistle, a foul in the backcourt as Colley tried to throw the pass. Again, full court pressure, and because it's the 9th team foul, it'll be a 1-on-1 shooter for Colley. Devon Colley has a chance. If he makes this first free throw, he will set a new career high in scoring for him here at the University of Tampa. He played 2 years at Central Wyoming College, and he makes it. It's his 15th point. He had scored 14 on 3 different occasions this season, but now with 15, he's matched his uniform number, and he's made it a single-digit deficit, and he doesn't get the second. The good news is the Spartans will be shooting 2 free throws every time they're fouled from here on out. And a 3-point shot by Lawton. Oh, Jonathan Lawton.
Yeah, that was the bad news. They answer with a 3.
My goodness. 19 points for Lawton, his 5th triple of the night.
So he's got his average. Well, what'd you say, 21 in conference?
Ibrahim, no good. A rebound hauled in by Cleary. Lawton averaging 23.8 in conference play. Roush backdoor foul.
How many times are they going to get that play to work?
Pretty play. DeAndre Campbell cutting from the corner out of the St. Louis area. Campbell, a 6'1 freshman out of Chesterfield, Missouri, and Parkway High School. That's his first bucket.
Spartans had it down to 66-58. Got it under 10. Since then, they've scored 1.
This equals the largest lead for Florida Southern. Tampa led by 8, but now a 14-point lead, equaling the largest lead of the game, which was first set at the 10:26 mark 4 minutes ago. Florida Southern now a chance to up that advantage. It's tough playing when your key players are hurt.
Right.
I mean, no excuses. They're playing hard, and they're giving it their best effort. Florida Southern's a good team, and Tampa just doesn't have all the horses tonight. Driving and throwing it up and in. Wow.
That's literally what he did.
Campbell. Thick body with a nice quick step to the basket. Largest lead, 16. And you can see a little bit of body
language.
Body language,
Yeah.
not good. And here comes Hanson ahead of the pack. He throws it down with 2 hands. And everybody on the bench for Florida Southern is up on that one.
Yep.
77-59. And timeout is called by Richard Schmidt. As I think Richard Schmidt saw the same thing I saw, his players putting their heads down a little bit, and understandably so.
Well, I think it was 48-43. Might have been a little after that point, but it was about a 5-point possession, 7 points maybe. And I said, this is real critical that the
fourth season at Florida Southern. They went 10-19 the first year after they won the national championship.
That was a very senior-laden team.
Yep. And then they went 11-18, but then turned it around last year. Went 21-11, played in the NCAA South Regional, and upset the 1 seed Morehouse in the first round. They finished third in the SSC. The preseason ranking, what they thought they were going to be, not what the mocks thought they were going to be, but what the coaches thought, ninth. They thought they were going to finish ninth. They end up third in the SSC, make it to the NCAA South Regional, and then upset the 1 seed in the first round. So, again, Mike Donnelly seems to have them going in the right direction. They're up by 18 now here in Tampa with 5:18 remaining. They do it with defense.
Yeah.
Good trapping defense. I mean, they've got shooters, and they execute well on offense. Here's Colley to the basket.
Nice.
And high off the glass. Pretty play. 17 points now for Colley. Again, extending his new career high. Step back 3 by Lawton. No. Oh! Here he comes again. Who is that guy? Kai Cleary. Wow, he left his feet in Temple Terrace and rammed that thing home here in downtown Tampa.
Goodness. I think he was about 11 and a half feet over the floor.
My goodness. That was impressive. Oh, my. I think I saw people leaping to their feet in Lakeland watching us here.
I think Spartan fans were on their feet.
Man.
That was just pure athletic.
By the way, folks, Temple Terrace is not anywhere near downtown Tampa, just so you know. Wow, that was stupendous. 18-point lead, 4.5 minutes remaining. Kai Cleary with a coming-out party. I guess he had 24 against Bloomfield, so it's not his coming-out party, but that was impressive.
Spectacular points.
Yes. Knocked away. Ibrahim ends up with it. Now it's loose into the hands of Lawton. The shot clock should not have been reset, and it was, so they'll stop play and try to determine how much time should be remaining.
Lawton looked up, saw that there was a new shot clock. He was ready to turn around and go to the rim. He saw that it was 30, so he took it back out, and then they stopped play.
Zach Patterson's coming back into the game. Also, we see number 10, Jamil Hornsby, coming in for the first time tonight. Freshman walk-on from Hartford, Connecticut.
Wanted to give you some information about the baseball team starting the season this Friday. They're calling it the just an early challenge. Okay, the Spartans, I'll give it to you after the next timeout.
All right.
We've got an under 4 coming.
Inside to Roush, he lays it up off the glass with the left hand.
Just a routine layup. What's going on?
20-point lead now. Largest of the game. By the way, we mentioned Hornsby with the basketball. A nephew of Hall of Famer Ray Allen. He's a walk-on here in Tampa. Gamble. Nice feed into the corner for 3, but Tyler Wilson with the miss. Gamble's played with 4 fouls for a while here. I thought he might be in danger of a charge there.
Right.
A little scoop, but it's in! And a chance for a 3-point play. My goodness, DeAndre Campbell. He smiles, gets 5 from
He knew that was good.
Jonathan Lawton.
He knew that was
Spun it off
impressive.
the glass, shot it from the holster, and put it in. 83-61, largest lead and timeout here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
All right, baseball team this weekend starts Friday, plays Saturday and Sunday. The Spartans will open against this weekend.
All right.
You and I have done the Phillies game.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Season, he scored 8 points against the Moccasins. He gets his first action of the night. 83-61. The Moccasins have started to pull away here in spectacular fashion.
You know, the one thing that we've noticed over the last, probably since January, is when the Spartans just had their depleted numbers, is that they can hang for a while, and then they just run out of gas.
Run out of gas. There's just not enough healthy bodies to come in and spell the guys when they need a breather.
They're trying.
And on top of that, you know, you get into foul trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
Look at Colley. Colley's really had a terrific game. 19 points now, a career high, and certainly the team's high.
Well, when Gamble went out, it was like, who's going to pick it up? Colley had been doing pretty well, but he just put a little more on his shoulders. Just wasn't enough, though.
Hanson with a miss, a rebound by Hornsby. Here's Gamble, open three. Can he hit it? Nope. Just one of those nights. Gamble has not made a three tonight. And to the hoop again.
Man.
Campbell one more time.
I think he's got all second half points.
He's got 9 points here in the second half. His career high was 11.
Whitaker follows his shot.
Puts it up, and it's just stripped from him by Cleary. 2.5 to play. This game has been decided in spectacular fashion by the Moccasins. That's going to be a carry as Kai Cleary brought the ball over, cuffed it, and is called for the turnover. Just the 6th turnover, though.
Yeah, they have really been good with the ball.
Only the third. They had 3 each halves, at least to this point, while Tampa has had 8 in this half. Threw it out to the corner. Nobody was there. Rico Relaford came away with it for the Moccasins. Jacob Schnee gives it up. The long shot there by Kiesler. Pierce Kiesler was no good. Both coaches have cleared the bench. We see Josh Brown, number 10, in the lineup as well for the Moccasins. Rebound hauled in there by Miles Wilkins, 6'8 junior. Held ball. It'll still be Tampa basketball with 1:50 remaining. I think they want a new full 30-second shot clock, and they do. Here's Colley to inbound for Tampa. Hornsby drives, kicks it out. The shot here by Patterson is good! Zach Patterson, who has not made a shot from the floor all season. Those are his first points. He was 0 for 4. All 4 shots were from three-point range. He missed them all, but he knocks that one down.
Well, he's got a shooting percentage now.
Congrats to Zach Patterson. Colley with a miss. 86-66. Three-point shot here, no good by Relaford. Colley kicks it out. Hornsby for 3. The walk-on, no good. Wilson the rebound, and he's fouled. Putting that shot up. He'll shoot 2 free throws. There's no question that Florida Southern is going to improve to 15-4 and 8-3 in conference play. So it's a nice road win for the Moccasins, as they will sweep the season series from UT after winning 74-67 in Lakeland. Wilson makes the first. And the second. He's got 4 points. So Ibrahim falls 1 rebound shy of the double-double. 11 points, 9 rebounds for him. 1 minute left.
There's that reach around that I tell you is an automatic call.
Almost every time.
Though he did foul.
1-1 coming up. That's the 7th or 8th team foul, I guess, at this point. 8th team foul, so it is a 1-and-1 right here for Rico Relaford. He misses.
Good block out by Whitaker.
Colley, who's had a nice game in a losing effort. The ball knocked away from behind by Relaford.
There they don't call it.
And Whitaker knocks the ball off of Relaford out of bounds. Nice hustle by John Whitaker here.
That's a foul.
2 free throws coming up for Colley, as Relaford found him. 2 free throws. They're in the double bonus. 10th team foul. Tampa's going to fall to 9-11 overall after starting the year 9-5. 6th consecutive Sunshine State Conference loss for UT. They'll fall to 3-9 in conference play. Some of the fans are starting to head for the exits.
Into the cold night air.
Yeah. A little chilly here. Some of the students from UT are walking a little slowly towards the exits. The fans are hanging around to applaud their team. And a bumping foul on Tyler Wilson.
47 right now.
47. I actually brought a jacket today to the game.
Not as cold as where I came from.
It's -18 in Madison, Wisconsin. Oh, my goodness.
What's
and that's not the wind chill.
Yeah, let me see what that is. They don't show it. Tomorrow the high is -9, the low is -31.
Okay. That's another stay-in day.
Yeah. They called school off all first 3 days of the week. One, because they got a foot of snow on Monday. The last 2 days, because of the cold weather. They stopped mail service in a lot of the Midwest.
I know. Central Illinois, where I'm from originally, no rural delivery, no delivery at all around town. By the way, Zach Patterson shooting his first free throw attempt of the season here. He's already got his first.
Crossing off a couple things.
Yeah, he's getting some things off the bucket list here.
Got to hit one, though.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, because now your percentage is .000. You need to hit one to get to 50%. And it's good.
There we go.
86-70. 71, I should say. 86-71. They zip it ahead, and putting it up and in is Pierce Kiesler, and that's going to be the final basket. In all likelihood for Florida Southern. Colley for 3. Launches, no good. And out of bounds it goes. It'll be Tampa ball with 4.3 to play. 88-71.
Spartans were hanging around 39 all at half, but as we said, they just don't have the people.
Hornsby misses at the buzzer, and that's the final score here in Tampa. Florida Southern 88, Tampa 71. Leading scorers, Colley with 21 points for Tampa. Bellamy had 11 points, 9 rebounds, and Ibrahim with 10 points for Florida Southern. 19 points for Lawton. He was 7 of 20 overall, 5 of 13 from deep. 14 points for...
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Mostly at the guard spot, because that's where they've been really depleted. You look at the turnovers, 19. If you had a couple other guards that we know are more capable of handling the ball, the turnover total would probably be a lot less. I mean, it was 19-8 on turnovers, 28-7 on points off turnovers, and
that's a 21-point difference then, right?
Right there, and that's the ball game right there.
Yep.
Second chance points, 21-10. Bench points, 31-12.
So that's going to do it here for tonight. Again, the Florida Southern women won their game over Tampa, and the Florida Southern men also defeat the Spartans on their home floor. So nice road wins for the road team tonight.
All right, let's come back, play Embry-Riddle on Saturday.
We will talk to you then. The women at 2, the men at 4. Nice to have you with us tonight, and thanks for those of you watching in Lakeland tonight. Again, the final. Florida Southern 88, Tampa 71. You saw it all right here with Scott Lynn and Jack Ike on the Sunshine State Conference Radio Network.